Imagine every day of your life, every time you left your house, the universe sent you gifts. Pieces of advice, tools to use, new ideas, money. Imagine you just kept collecting it, and one day you've got a pile of valuables taller than your house. How happy would that pile make you? What if you kept stacking it until finally you're on your deathbed and you realize what all of these things could have been used for, and that the universe was sending them to you to help build your dream. But you had no idea what that dream was, and you didn't realize that those were the pieces of that puzzle. This is the way the universe works. When you have a dream, when you have a vision, and you've got those goals, everything and anything that comes into your life that you're exposed to is fuel that will help you on that journey. Without a vision, those gifts seem meaningless. They don't make you happy on their own. They might be nice at the time, but what you're supposed to be doing with all of these gifts is putting them toward that dream, that vision, that ideal future that you have in your head. The problem is most people don't. Most people stay stuck because they never decide on a destination. They never get their feet moving. Standing still is an extremely dangerous thing, because when you stand still, the world shrinks in on you. You start to experience the same thoughts over and over and these same experiences, and it's just you're stuck in this pattern. And that is a tragedy, because growth and opportunity and creativity, they're all beyond your current field of view. You can only find them by moving forward, by having your feet on the ground and chasing something. And here's the truth that most people ignore. It's not about knowing the perfect path. It's just about picking a direction and getting your feet moving. When you have something to chase, you're building momentum. And that's when discipline and passion come into your life extremely easily. That is how you get the absolute most out of this existence and become the kind of person you want to be. So here's how to define and figure out your dream. To define your dream, you need to do it vividly. It's not, I want to be happy, I want to be rich, I want to travel. You need to get specific. Define it so clearly that you can close your eyes and step inside of it. Here are the questions that you need to answer. What skills and talents do you have? What is your job? What are your responsibilities? Who is in your life? Where do you live? What does your house look like? Do you have any toys or tools or things that you love? What are your favorite things to waste time on? Who do you need to become to get these things? If you start to ask these questions, you are now in control of what the answers will be. Now, super quick, those are all super specific questions. Here are some broad ones to start with that will help you really narrow down those specific answers. If failure were impossible, what would you try to achieve? What qualities would you give yourself today if it were that simple? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? This is a great place to start and will really help you to narrow down on those specific questions, but this is all for the vision. Once you have that dream defined, that next step is to work backwards. Now you've got to ask yourself these questions to visualize the path to get there. What will it take to get you to this point? What skills do you need to start learning today? What kind of person do you need to become? How much money will you need? How will you get that money? Do you need anyone else's help? You don't need a full master plan, okay? You just need to answer these rough questions so that you can visualize a path and start to chase that dream, so that you've got a direction to start moving your feet and get going. This is the second most important part about having a dream, is that you can work backwards and start to visualize the path to get there. But the first most important part is having a why. Before you charge ahead, ask yourself this question: why do I want these things? Think about this for a while. Don't settle for shallow or cheap or easy answers. Dig deep. Keep asking yourself until you find reasons that are electric. A strong why is the magic that builds passion and momentum. As long as you've got a why, the vision and the path, those can change along the way. Now that might sound a little surprising, but this is the last thing that you need to remember. Don't cling to the dream. That might sound a little bit redundant after everything that I've said so far, but as long as you stay true to what you believe, to what you want, that is going to evolve. As you go down this path, as you learn things and expose yourself to new things, you're going to want different things. Your dream is going to evolve. You'll discover new passions. You'll meet new people. You'll uncover possibilities that you can't imagine from where you're standing right now. If these things change, that isn't failure. That is the point. It's the moving, it's the chasing that transforms you, that gets you to evolve. So this is your invitation to the path. Define your dream today, figure out how to get there, and watch your world change. I'll see you out there.